Welcome to Withdraw Consent. I'm Jack. Today I want to talk to you about just how we get trapped in these bubbles and we can't see out of them. Now I'm gonna tell you something that happened. I don't want to talk bad about anybody in the comment section because I appreciate the comments so much. I learned so much from them, right? And so basically I had a comment on an episode. I've taken that comment down, and I don't take down comments, but I do this because I want to discuss this, and I don't want to shame the gentleman who made the comment. I want to bring him in. I don't want to exclude him, and so since nobody will ever know who he is except for one person who had commented back to him and probably doesn't remember his screen name, I think everything's fine. You know? So basically a guy made a comment about how ignorant our video is. You get all these comments, and people just say, you're ignorant, but don't state a reason why. So that's very intelligent. And so he said that, and then somebody else commented and said, commented back to him and said, hey, go look at any of their other videos, right? And then the first guy came back and commented, oh, I see what you're saying. I take it back, right? Because on the face of it, the first episode that he had clicked on seemed like it was, I don't know, like one guy called us liberal asshats one time because he just didn't even watch the video. It was on like a Back the Blue video or something. And he didn't even watch the video to see that we had reason to get us to what our positions are, that we weren't just some like communists or something. Anyways, and I could totally see too where you come on the channel and you're like, what was it? Manufactured consent, like Noam Chomsky. And so you see withdraw consent, and you're like, it's commie adjacent or something. And then you see a video about like the one we did about the protesters, where we said 90% of the United Americans are wrong about the protesters. And I can see where you just think it's some communist stuff. But so I want to point out here that it's not just a phenomenon of the left, that there's a bunch of elitists sipping their Frappuccino, whatever, I don't even know the names of them, and just in the bubble, just repeating to each other the same nonsense that none of it makes any sense. That exists on the right too. There's a Christian bubble like that. There's just a conservative. There's a far right bubble like that. There's all types of bubbles, and when you look at, I appreciate being skeptical, when you look at stuff, that's fine, but you've got to be open-minded that they might have something there for you, even if it's for an idea. Like the protesters one, we got all these comments on it. And people were saying stuff that I had said in the video though. Like I said, look, I understand these people are commies and I understand they've got their people's library and I'm not a communist, we'll just say. But they're anti-genocide and I'm anti-genocide. Now I'm not saying give them $1 million, or whatever. But I'm saying you got to recognize you're on the same side as them. So if they're doing communist protests against anti-war, I really just still don't want to protest with you because I like people who shower and stuff. Like this, it seems like a terrible group. But I'm on your side though, so I don't view you disfavorably. And I get the argument that a lot of people would say favorably, but not very favorably, and therefore I was wrong about the 90% part. I get it, but I just want you to be open-minded to the idea. Like the other day, I just do this, and I didn't do this because I'm making this video, but I just do this periodically. I'll just pick some just really foreign ideological stuff, and I'll just go look at it on YouTube. Like I did Minority Report the other day with, what is it, Sam Cedar, and I do the Young Turks. I do Kyle Kulinski, David Pacman. I don't subscribe to these people, so I got once I go on YouTube in the search bar, though, I start typing their name and it pops up, but I'm not like subscribed or anything. And I downvote them all because they're so terrible. But I'm like, what if they've got something? What if there's been some evolution of thought because like, I'm going to ruin her name. I'm going to put it on the screen, but it's like Brianna Joy Gray or whatever, the one who just got fired off the Hill. I had subscribed to the Hill on YouTube so that I could watch her, Brianna's Radar or whatever it's called. And, so I'm literally actively listening to this progressive and getting her views, which are similar to mine in some, like anti-war. We just there's a nexus there and we meet right there. And then on others, it's totally not. And so, like if I had been closed-minded, I wouldn't. Well, when I first started actually watching her, I didn't even know she was a progressive because so many of the things that she's saying align with, like I disagree with all types of progressive things, like the solutions on homelessness. Homelessness is a problem that needs to be fixed, but the solutions on it, and how to get there, I think, is a lot of the discrepancies I have. But you got to be open-minded enough to look at that stuff. And now, of course, they fired her for rolling her eyes at some ridiculous ridiculous thing. And so now I've unsubscribed to them. But I still look around in different places, is what I'm saying. And so I just encourage you to be as open-minded as possible, be critical, scrutinize things, don't be a sucker. But you've got to be able to, like, I actively want to know, like, where's the edge of my bubble? Where's the edge? And I'm like, no, I won't look at that. Like, there's some things like, okay, lizard, what is it? Lizard DNA, or just some stuff like that. And I'm like, it's outside my bubble. I'm not going to consider that as being a thing. I've read books on it, honestly, just to see what's going on, and I still don't understand half of it, and I'm okay with that being outside my bubble, and like a lot of people have the bubble of the Holocaust. Okay. And so then a lot of our videos, they look at them and they just write comments like, you terrible, evil people. That they haven't cognized the fact that there could be an alternate thing than what they've been taught. So this is just somehow these people will just hate people or something. I don't know. So find what's outside your bubble that shouldn't be outside your bubble. And don't let wild things in, like the DNA thing, the lizard DNA or whatever that nonsense is. Anyways, so I just, like when you're listening to this video, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about anything that's maybe outside of my bubble that you could give me scrutiny on? I'm interested. I'm open-minded. I'll look up anything. And then when you have self-reflection, what do you see? Do you see spots where people have been saying this for years, but you just won't consider it? And a lot of people are saying it, and they're pretty credible on other things, right? So it's like the reverse Gelman amnesia effect. You got somebody who's right on a bunch of things, and then they tell you something, you're like, oh, no, that's not true. That's outside my bubble. But they gain credibility from all these other things. You should be more likely to get outside your bubble on this other thing. Anyways, that's what I got for you. I'm interested in your comments because this is just a highly subjective video, and I'm interested in your opinion. And so like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next time.